I picked up a kid on the side of the road because I didn't want to be the person who drives past someone in trouble. But 5 minutes later, my phone buzzed with an Amber Alert. And the photo on my screen was the kid sitting behind me. This happened a couple years ago in the US, late at night, when I was driving back home from visiting family. It was one of those empty highway drives where the only lights are your headlights and the occasional gas station sign miles away. I wasn't in a rush, just tired. And when you're tired, you make decisions you normally wouldn't. I saw him near a broken-down car on the shoulder. He looked like he was maybe 12 or 13, wearing a hoodie, hair messy like he'd been outside for a while. No adults around him, no other cars pulled over. I slowed down, rolled my window down a few inches, and asked if he was okay. He nodded quickly and said, "Can you just take me to the next gas station? Please." That sounded reasonable, and honestly, leaving a kid alone out there felt worse than letting him sit in my back seat for 10 minutes. So I told him to get in, but I kept it cautious. I didn't unlock all the doors, just the rear door behind me. He got in fast and shut it quietly. As soon as we started moving, I asked, "Where are your parents?" He didn't answer right away. Then he said, "They're not around." That response didn't make sense, but I didn't push it. Sometimes kids are scared, embarrassed, whatever. I asked what his name was. He hesitated just a beat too long, and then said a name that sounded made up. Like the kind of name you pick when you don't want someone to know who you are. I kept my eyes on the road, but I watched him in the rearview mirror. He wasn't looking out the windows like a normal passenger. He was watching me. Then my phone buzzed. That loud emergency tone. I glanced down for half a second and saw the words Amber Alert. At first I thought it was a weather warning. Then I saw the photo. Same hoodie, same face, same age. The alert said something like, "Child abduction. Suspected to be with an adult male. Call 911. My mouth went dry. Because the kid behind me didn't look confused or scared anymore. He looked calm, like he'd been waiting for that exact moment. I didn't react. I didn't want him to know I'd seen it. I forced my voice to stay normal and said, "We're almost at the gas station." He leaned forward a little and said, softly, "Don't stop there." That was the moment I knew this wasn't just a runaway kid. I said, "Why?" And he replied, "Because people will see." My heart started hammering. I thought about calling 911, but I didn't want to pull my phone out and make him panic. Instead, I did the only thing I could think of. I kept driving toward a busy, well-lit place, but not the small gas station he asked for. I headed for a bigger exit with more lights, more traffic, more cameras. As we approached the exit, the kid's voice got sharper. He said, "You're going the wrong way." I didn't answer. He said it again, louder. "Stop the car." I pulled off anyway, right into a large, brightly lit truck stop with multiple cars and people walking around. The second I parked, I put the car in park and said, loud enough for nearby people to hear, "Hey, stay right there. I'm going to get help." And I opened my door and stepped out fast, leaving it open, making a scene. Because I didn't want this to be quiet. The kid slid out the other side and took off running between parked cars. I didn't chase him. I didn't care about being a hero. I cared about not getting trapped. I called 911 with shaking hands and told them what happened. Later that night, an officer told me something I still think about. He said the kid had been using strangers for rides, because if someone picked him up, it bought the real suspect time. So yeah, now when I see someone on the side of the road, especially at night, I don't stop. I call for help. And I keep driving.